Very good morning, students, and Jai Hind. I am Adesh, doing subject accountancy, chapter 3, theory base of accounting, accounting standard, and Indian accounting standard. Topic International Financial Reporting Standard IFRS. In last class, also, we were discussed about the IFRS, the meaning of IFRS, and the IFRS comes from which committee or from which board, and which committee was issued to the IFRS. So before starting the topic, so I hope you all are fine at your home and be healthy and be safe and stay home. This is only the safety for this pandemic time. So students, IFRS, that is International Financial Reporting Standard. In last class we learned the meaning, why we need to prepare the IFRS, why we need to launch the IFRS and IASC and IASB. So actually IFRS is a set of accounting standard. IFRS is a set of accounting standard. So different accounting standards are prepared under the IFRS, and that set of accounting standards are launched and issued by the IFRS. So here we have one more topic, that is IASC and SIC, how they work related to the IFRS. Okay, so we are going to discuss first about the accounting standard issued by the IASC and how IASC and when the IASC was launched. That was launched in 1973, and then it was converted into the IASB, International Accounting Standard Board. Committee was converted into the board only, and then International Accounting Standard Board launched the IFRS, and IFRS is the set of accounting standard. Have you cleared this? So I am writing first one, IASC, that is International Accounting Standard Committee. It was launched in 1973, and then it was converted into IASB, International Accounting Standard Board, in 2001. Is it clear? And then IASB launch IFRS. It is clear? And IFRS is set of accounting standard. Now have you cleared this sequence? Okay, so this sequence must be learned each and everyone. Otherwise we will always confuse related to IASC, IASB and IFRS. In the beginning there was the diversity and the complexity in the accounts and the financial statement of all the businesses. So to remove that diversity and complexity, so a committee was prepared, that was International Accounting Standard Committee, and it was launched in 1973. And then IASB take place of IASC. Then it was IASC converted into the IASB in 2001. That is International Accounting Standard Board. And then International Accounting Standard Board issued the IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standard. And International Financial Reporting Standards say this is the set of accounting standard. Now have you clear all? So now we are going to discuss about the accounting standard, how many accounting standards are there, and what are the uses of these, and how many of reforms, and what the standing bodies are issued, what they have worked for related to the accounting standard. So students, here accounting standard issued by the IASC. अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड IASC द्वारा इशू किए जाते हैं, बट दे आर प्रिपेयर सेट अंडर द IFRS. नाउ एंड स्टैंडिंग इंटरप्रिटेशन कमेटी and one more committee was established. They do the interpretations in between the financial statement of all the business organization. So IASC had issued 41 accounting standard. Till now 41 accounting standard are issued by IASC. Okay, it is too important. In MCQ, the question may be asked from you, how many accounting standard are issued by IASC? So IASC had issued 41 accounting standard till now, known as the International Accounting Standard, that is IAS, International Accounting Standard. Is it clear? And a framework for the preparations and presentations of financial statement. Why International Accounting Standard are issued by IASC? That's why they can give the framework for preparations of financial statement and their presentation also. उनको एक framework दिया जा सके. According to that framework, the financial statement will be prepared by all business organization and they can show their presentations related to that. So the main framework for preparations and presentation of financial statement. That's why International Accounting Standard was necessary to issued by the IASC. Now out of which 12 IAS, 12 International Accounting Standard have been superseded. Okay, they are not reformed, they remain same. So 12 International Accounting Standard superseded and a large number of them have been revised. बाकी remaining जो होते हैं 29 accounting standards, they are revised and they have reformed. Okay, so Standing Interpretations Committee, this is the new name. Standing Interpretation Committee was the interpretive body of the International Accounting Standard Committee. Whatever the International Accounting Standard Committee launch, so in those International Accounting Standard, they do the interpretation. It means that's why it is an interpretive. So Standing Interpretation Committee, जो भी IASC के द्वारा अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड लॉन्च होते हैं उनके बीच में एक इंटरप्रिटेशन का काम करती है. दैट्स व्हाई इट इज़ ए इंटरप्रेटिव बॉडी. विच वन? स्टैंडिंग इंटरप्रिटेशन कमेटी. हैव यू क्लियर? सो नाउ द इंटरप्रिटेशंस ऑफ IAS, जो इंटरनेशनल अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड के अंदर इंटरप्रिटेशंस किया जाता है, इशूड बाय द SIC. SIC से स्टैंडिंग इंटरप्रिटेशन कमेटी. ओके, जो भी इंटरप्रिटेशन किया जाता है इंटरनेशनल अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड के अंदर, सो इशूड बाय द SIC. वो इंटरप्रिटेशन SIC के द्वारा इशू किया जाता है, दैट इज स्टैंडिंग इंटरप्रिटेशन कमेटी, आर डिस्क्राइब्ड एज SIC1 और SIC2 एक्सेट्रा. Students, have you cleared this concept? First, IASC launched 41 accounting standard known as interpretation accounting standard, international accounting standard. Why it is so? To the framework of preparation of the financial statement or presentation of financial statement. 12 remain same and 29 are revised or have done reforms. Another committee is also prepared, that is स्टैंडिंग इंटरप्रिटेशन कमेटी. वो इंटरप्रिटेशन करती है जो भी हमारे IASC के द्वारा बनाए जाते हैं अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड, और जिन भी अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड के अंदर इंटरप्रिटेशंस होता है उनके अंदर कोई भी एनालाइजेशंस किया जाता है, सो दैट is counted as SIC1, SIC2, etc. Is it clear, students? So now once again we are going to this concept, that is IFRS. Meaning already we have learned in last, and today also we have revised. IFRS is the set of accounting standard. Okay, so some assumptions we have related to the IFRS, International Financing Reporting Standard. So that was his assumptions in IFRS. Okay, there are some assumptions which are there of IFRS, International Financing Reporting Standard. So assumption say कि if the transaction is done at that time, so then that will be included related to only that time. Means कि settlement time will not be recorded in the books of account. That transaction will pass at that time when it was happen in the business. Okay, so the assumptions are, first one is accrual assumptions. What the accrual assumption said? Accrual assumption said not only the cash transaction will recorded in our books of account. If there is transaction recorded as there is any credit transaction, it means settlement was not there at the time when the transaction has been done in the business. So when the transactions has been done, at that time that will be recorded, not at the time of settlement. Is it clear? For example, we sold goods on 1st April, but the amount we will receive on 1st May. So the transaction will record on 1st April, not for 1st May. Is it clear? So that means of accrual assumptions. So the transaction are recorded in the books of account on accrual basis. As and when they occur, and not when the settlement of transaction takes place. Okay, the transactions are recorded in the books of accounts on occur basis, accrual basis, as and when they occur. जब वो ट्रांजेक्शन हुई है, at that time that will be recorded, not at the time of settlement. Then the settlement of transaction take place will not be recorded at that time. Is it clear? Now the second assumption say going concern. Going concern assumptions say a business entity is started for the infinity life of the business, not only for the particular time period. Okay, so that's why it is a going concern, and related to that the accounting standard are prepared. The accounting standard will follow by the whole life of a business entity, not for a particular time period. So it is assumed that the life of the business is infinite. Okay, is that the entity will continue its operation for an indefinite period. Going concern say the business will not stop, and the business is started for that assumptions. The business will continue for the infinite life of it. Okay, so this is the second assumptions of the international financing reporting system. Third one is measuring unit assumptions. Measuring unit assumptions say if we purchase any assets before 2-3 years, but if we're talking about the today's value of that assets, so that will not be same. It is reduced according to the use of that assets or according to the time period. So that's why the valuation of assets, capital, liabilities will be at that particular time. Okay, according to valuation will be there according to the uses of that or according to the time period. So what is the current purchasing power? What is the current purchase power of that particular asset? So then that will be the measuring unit at which value that assets will be sold and purchased by any of the business organization. So measuring unit measuring unit for valuation of capital is the current purchasing power. Okay, so the present value or current value will be reflected from that assets or the capital or the liabilities, whatever is going to sold or purchased. Next one is constant purchasing power assumptions. What this assumption said? This assumption said the valuation of capital is change according to the inflation, according to the deflation, or at the time of last date of financial year or final account. When we preparing a final account of a business and the valuation of that particular assets is calculated at the end of the year. Is it clear? Or at the end of the final account or at the day of final account in which we are preparing the final account of particular business organization. So it is the constant purchasing power assumptions. Let's say constant purchasing power means value of capital be adjusted to inflation in the economy at the end of the financial year. Is it clear? So that value of capital will affect in the economy of the country or the inflation at the last date of the financial year. So it's a constant purchasing power, constant purchasing power means value of capital be adjusted to inflation in the economy at the end of the financial year. Is it clear? So this is the fourth. There are fourth assumptions of IFRS. फर्स्ट वन इज एक्रूवल बेसिस, जिस डेट में ट्रांजेक्शन होगी उसी डेट में रिकॉर्ड की जाएगी. सेटलमेंट जब होगा उसको बाद में रिकॉर्ड किया जाएगा. बट द ट्रांजेक्शन विल रिकॉर्ड ऑन एट द टाइम ऑफ अकर, जिस डेट में हुई है. गोइंग कंसर्न बिजनेस बेसिस पे स्टार्ट किया जाएगा कि वो कंटिन्यू इन्फिनिटी टाइम तक कंटिन्यू रहेगा. वो कंटिन्यू बेसिस पर उसको चलाया जाएगा और उसी के अकॉर्डिंग उसके अकाउंट्स को प्रिपेयर किया जाएगा. एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट द अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड विल ऑल्सो फॉलोड इन दैट दोज ट्रांजेक्शंस. Measuring unit assumption. Measuring unit assumption says that is the current purchasing power of particular assets or the capital or liability whatever having in the business. Okay, in the mid of the year also the valuation can be done. Any date of the valuation can be done of a particular assets. So that thing said the measuring unit assumptions is there. Constant purchasing power assumptions that say the valuation of capital will be adjusted according to the inflations of economy at the end of financial year, because every last date of the financial year the final accounts are prepared. So according to that, the valuation of all assets and the liabilities capital we do at the time when we preparing the final account of the business. Is it clear? So students, these things we have. There is IASC, SIC and assumptions of financial IFRS. So let's one more topic we have for today. Let's see. The topic is investment international financial reporting standard based financial statement. Whatever the financial statements are prepared by businesses or the business entity, so then how they use the accounting standard which are comes under the international financing reporting standard. So statement of financial position according to IFRS. So the financial positions of a business is tell us the value of assets of that business, B valuation of liabilities of that business, and C that is the capital of a particular business. So financial positions tell us the assets, liabilities and capital of a particular business organization, and when we preparing the statement related to the financial position, that is cover the balance sheet of all these things, we can say there will be the balance sheet. Balance sheet tell us the financial positions of the business organization. Is it clear? And the second thing, how the financial statement is based, how the IFRS based on financial statement. So second thing is that is a statement of comprehensive income. Comprehensive income say we prepare a separate statement under which we calculate the income of a particular business and the expenses of a particular business, and then the differences in between the revenue or income and expenses of that business organizations. So that statement, the statement of comprehensive incomes, cover two things. First one is that is revenue. Revenue, whatever the incomes have done during the financial year, that revenues or the income are recorded at a separate side, one sided. By this there are two type of revenues are there. First one is capital nature of revenue, and second one is revenue nature of incomes. So revenue nature of income are recorded in statement of comprehensive, and if there is capital nature of revenue, so then these revenues are recorded in balance sheet. Second is expenses. These expenses are also recorded in this statement, comprehensive statement, by which the difference in between the revenue and expenses we calculate as a profit or loss. We can say profit or loss. Okay, profit or loss calculated by these difference of revenue and expenses. Third one is a statement of changes in equity. One separate statement is also prepared under which we calculate the capital or present valuation of the capital of partners or the owners or the shareholders. Is it clear? So that statement tell us what the changes are there in the equity or the capital of a business. We can say equity and capital of business. Is it clear? And fourth one is one statement is also prepared, that is statement of cash flow. Okay, it cover inflow and outflow of cash. So statement of cash flow is tell us what is the inflow of cash and what is the outflow of cash. According to that, we analyze the situations of the business and the positions of the business. The business is going in the profit basis or the loss basis. Next one is some policies are also there, that is notes and significant accounting policies. Okay, notes and significant accounting policies are also adopting in IFRS. So IF in financial statement. So IFRS is based on financial statement. Why? According to these five based are there. Okay, students, thank you for today and prepare notes related to these points which we have discussed today. So thank you.